in for a good time, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For sure. And the funny thing is, too, KRU is swapping a player as well. We have Ashetti coming in for Nags. He played last week, but for Davies, and Davies had an injury. So right away, 10's getting in the typical Neon position. See if KRU wants to challenge. Looks like they do.
Oh, of course they do. That was dry, too.
Oh, my
now
God.
they got the try. He went all the way in.
Okay.
And all the way to the next round.
I like it. I like the enthusiasm.
I respect it, yeah.
Maybe not in that situation, but we saw the vision, right? We saw the vision.
Poison's off.
So KRU are able to take care of 10s, deal with the early aggression that Sentinels tried throwing their way on the A side of the map, and now they want to end B.
Good high tide through.
Here.
And they should be able to get a spike plant. They want to fight into B link, and that's great because the door wasn't broken yet. So Zekin alone on this challenge against 3.
Alone, and he's weak. Just 51 HP for him. Lean ball, Marv getting one. There it is. Funnel into Zekin. He was able to take one with him.
Classic Marv on the flank too with Saucy there.
Yeah, this is weird because the remaining members of KRU are all going to be playing in Worm in that area of the map right there outside of panel. And this is, I mean, against Frenzies, against Ghosts, this is not what you want to be set up for at all. Sentinels get the pistol.
That's such a small place to be peeking out of, just such a hard choke to do anything. And then you have to deal with the elevation of the spike and the threat of the
They're a
spike.
different comp.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, it's been a revolving door of changes, a box of chocolates, if you will. You don't really know what you're going to get, but another opener from Marv. That looked like that was on.
Toxin screen down.
Good attempt from Machete. I do like the high tide as well. Blocking off B main, that allows you to get that control. You can for sure get the orb, but you also have door control. And so if you went for a threat of Mound from the defensive side, you're getting cut off. So they've already farmed 2.
That Guardian falls there. Marv was able to take one.
Ouch.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. There is still one Guardian in play in the hands of Zekin. He's going to be rotating over a bit late, though. Pankata's in a really good spot. That's such a miserable spot to have to clear.
I don't know why they're not going around the other side, but they've still made this an interesting eco round. They've got a Guardian in hand.
High tide denying some of the vision.
Never mind, no Guardian anymore.
And forget about denying vision. I guess it doesn't matter if you're going to land the shots regardless.
Ooh.
A 3K for Zekin.
Zekin has only played controller like 5 times. You can count on one hand. And they've all been in just, you know, we're in the next round and we're going to challenge A main again. KRU's out. What a dash from Kesmet.
And what a death from him. It's very well handled. You can see they were ready for some of that aggression. Second time now that we see this opening brawl on that side of the map. And second time that we see KRU rotating away from it. Deep flash confirming some suspicions from Sassy. He does have Seekers to work with too.
Normally that's the thing you want to be doing with the Neon is rotating based off of the flashes, and you see 10's already in position. After, remember, he was involved in that brawl A main. KRU's just going walkabout. They got melted by those nanoswarms last time. They have to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about that. All you can do is, all right, next round.
Poor Marved.
Yeah, that's truly unlucky. A deep flash, the second one out from Sassy towards B.
Let's count the IGL death win rate for Marved. Is he Angel?
30 seconds left.
10's getting dropped there by Klaus, and now Seekers used. Pankata once again is going to have to try to hold the line, tucked behind the wall. But the spam fest continues.
Shield going up.
Did that cove?
I don't think he was covering
outside
it.
of the cove. Yeah. That was close. He still manages to get the spike down, though.
I mean, they'd have to push the waterfall to get that anyways. It's not the biggest deal.
Second, looking to get a little bit more value out of that Guardian. Remember, it's at 3K in the previous round.
These players are so close, though, here from KRU. And there's no flank pressure.
No flank pressure. They're all playing on site, as you were saying. Got to spam through that to try to get a kill. And Melser's certainly worse for wear. Just 9 HP to him. But a flash in the face of the one remaining member of Sentinels in Sapsi. And that's just too much.
God, I'd be so mad. First series against Navi did run a Neon comp. It was much more aggressive, and they were trying to use the wall to go for plants in that situation. And that is so far away from what the established meta is about the comp. So I was thinking, okay, they might have some experience against this, but actuality is not that, because it was so different.
So different, so long ago, a different roster too. Either way, outside of the timeout, KRU decide not to really fight or scrap for that A main control. They just put the alarm bot, and looks like they want to test mid for now.
I like repositioning and fighting A main late here, because oftentimes you have that rotate away from the Omen who might TP'd up there. A lot of times he's by himself.
Hunt.
And it's actually really hard to anchor this A side if you aren't playing like a Killjoy or something like that. You have to rely on rotates to come in.
And as you were just saying, Zekken's here alone. There are rotates that are starting to come through. You see Tens is on the move. Saucy's not far off either. Cascade just went all the way off.
Yeah, that's to push them into tree. Now they have the Reckoning. They're going to settle on this A side. There's no other choice here for KRU.
30 seconds left.
Not without having cleared B side of any nano swarms.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to go for it, though. Reckoning in, yeah, they have this choice, actually.
They put the high tide up to deny some of the vision early on. Trailblazer cleared, spike planted. Where do they go from here?
Planted.
Ten's a moment to shine. He has a fast lane to get out. How do they use it?
No, there is no lurk or anything going on for Marv. He's joined alongside the rest of his team, so nothing like that KRU are going to have to deal with. None of his antics. The opener's certainly going to help. That's a second kill going down. Make that a third. I mean, they're just able to demolish what KRU have put up here.
He's saving. He's got to. There's opportunities for mollies through the little window there inside of a link, but that guy was like, get out of my way, Zach. Isn't it crazy?
You're going to have 3 world-class controllers at this rate. Either way, another round for Sentinels. KRU already have scaled up towards B a fair amount. And perhaps it's exploratory just to clear out some of the utility. But it looks like they're going to hit door and go back mound.
Yeah, again, it's that high tide that I mentioned earlier. Ooh, this re-aggro here could catch Xetti.
He dinked him, but he fell for it.
Yeah, but Saucy can heal Tens back up here. And they were fighting together, so chance for it right now. That leaves only 2 here on the site, though.
One of them is Pancata, who's got that turret close by.
It's so frequent that they're not even getting in towards the C side because of those mollies. I mean, just playing both of the mollies on this side is so suffocating. Kessen's never dashing in until after, too.
Yeah. The mollies, the nano swarms. I mean, they've done a really good job of removing the options from KRU here. Now you've got the lockdown that there's no cubby, there's nowhere to really tuck. You just have to give all the space back up. Ball, there are only 30 seconds left in the round. Yeah. They haven't cleared B. The alarm bot is still up. What options do they have?
And remember, they lost a main control right away at the beginning of the round, so yeah, it's looking to me like it should be a save. 20 seconds.
Every single door shut.
Well, I mean, not literally. That door was revolving the entire time.
That's true, that's true. You can hit the button, it'll open again, yes.
Yeah, 4-1. KRU struggling again. And for them, I was actually expecting a little bit more win. Haven't been playing Lotus very often.
I mean, on the other side of the timeout that we saw, it hasn't been any aggression towards A. It's been a lot towards B, or C, excuse me, and this time they're rewarded for a kill onto Marv. They get the word, put it into the hands of Melser, who's still pretty far away from his Reckoning. But I guess he was the only good option in that instance.
I think Marv got lost there. He got flashed.
It's this late aggression A again.
Good jump spot. And Zekken is
I've
really getting the info down here.
He's getting the info, and he's doing it from an area of safety. Right? Still dips in and gets a kill. This is very well done.
Flash now, too. They got to fall back. He has Saucy now to flash for him. That's not Saucy.
No.
Go, Tens, go. Do Tens things.
Planted.
Angada's here with him, but he's on the opposite side. Yeah. Little audio.
They all went tree here, though.
Last player standing.
And they were all there waiting for him.
They all looked at 10s, though.
They all shot at 10s, too.
Bot coming back.
Yeah, it looks like Panketta's just playing for exits here.
I think he's going to go for a ninja defuse.
You think so?
Yeah, what do you think?
We haven't had one yet.
They're going to open the door, all run that way.
Yeah, there's the door.
He's going to take away the turret somehow.
That's step one. What's step two?
Turret goes away. They don't check this.
Powers up.
He kills them all. He's solo going there. And it was very easy to get the kills to follow up on that. So I think there, they recognized the situation. They noticed it was only Zekin playing on the site, and they're happy to push that. Speaking of pushing, same setup from Sassy and Tens, and they're getting deep here.
Out.
Very deep.
I think Tens has gotten past the alarm bot too. I mean, the only thing that's has the potential to spot him is going to be the turret. I wonder if they call
Roll
for
it
smoke
off? No, he just shot it.
or that.
I mean, it's good because they got to go fast here to cover out the spaces and suffocate them into their own pit.
Zekin's already fallen. Traded back though. And that the Seekers, yeah, that could be the problem here.
As long as they don't get broken before the pit. Wait, the pit's down. Actually, Ashedi was the one to fall.
Marv playing on the other side of this wall for now. Kesnit weak. Sentinel starting to encroach upon the site, slowly taking the space. First dash to break the crosshair, yeah. A 2v4. And just nothing really doing. Way back towards this A main aggression early.
Take this.
We haven't seen this since the other side of the timeout.
And it's a good read out of this timeout, specifically recognizing, okay, Sentinels is probably expecting us to continue with the C hit, given all of our A main aggression. And now they've left 10s all alone, which is fine because if they hit the other side, he could rotate fast. If they hit this side, he could get out and play retake. See what he opts to do. I do like KRU's insistence on going for this Viper orb, this Viper wall as well. It's very Fnatic-esque, very reminiscent of how Bind is played.
Evolving door hit. You see Melser tucking in the smoke. And this has already drawn over the rotations from Sentinels. Remember, it was just 10s here at the beginning of the round. Now Sassy and Zekin are close by.
Oh, they're gonna look for a second.
Yeah, you can see the temptation.
He can spam at some point here.
There's just no real knowledge. There's no cue that that's where they are. But they're going to push into the panel. They're going to push into Panketta. He's flashed. He still gets a kill. Meanwhile, Tens goes aggressive. Just 2 left for KRU. Make that one.
Spike down.
Huge from Panketta there.
Yeah, I think Panketta with 3 on the round. Well, hang on. We're not out of the woodwork yet.
No, he has to get spiked though. This is so tough.
Yeah, actually, never mind. We may be out of the
10
woodwork.
seconds left.
Even if Panketta goes down,
Oh, he has.
yeah, Zekin's nowhere near him.
Yo, that is the worst betrayal. Top 10 anime betrayals right there. Okay, so KRU should have recognized that there was no util actually spam down here in the last round. And they should be able to walk past this one way, yes. But with the flash from Sassy not, oh, actually, he didn't flash at all. I'm wondering why they're rotating right now. No Trailblazer, nothing. I think maybe just a shoulder peek out of Marv. Setting back up in the same position. The big success last time was Panketta getting into B-Link. Whoa, they're really close. They don't expect this.
It's so deep. A 1-for-1. Kesnit looking for another, but Zekin cuts things off at the perfect time. What a cross.
That was a cool idea there from KRU. They don't throw the orb
got the spike.
because normally Ashedi is actually throwing that orb slightly later in the round. So they just walked up, past, and try to fight before that orb even lands, and it almost catches them by surprise. I think they should have gotten more there. I think they should have gotten both kills on that site.
Yeah, if not for Zekin, they're controlling the cross from stairs.
Yeah, the wall timing was really slow.
Yep.
Last player standing.
Just 1 left now for KRU. It's Davies, who does have the spike in hand, but just looking to
30
min-max
seconds
whatever he
left.
can get out of this round.
Bot coming back.
You wonder here if, depending on how Davies chooses to play, oh, he was actually just going to get the orb, so that's now locked down the line.
That's crazy. That's
10
a
seconds left.
15-second orb pickup.
A meaningful one at that.
Yeah, we're coming down to the tail end of this half.
Ah, turret down.
And you start to see
Get out of my way.
4 ults online while KRU just has the 1, and it's the one you see on your screen here. Kesnet, who seemed to be heating up around the middle of the first half, is slowing down tremendously, as is the rest of KRU, to be honest. We've seen this look before, and that's going to draw out the ult from Marv.
Marv is a lineup for this ult here. I'm not sure exactly what the point of it is, but it's definitely specifically positioned for that one. Here's a pocket to fall back so you can play it inside a waterfall. A little pocket on top of the rail too.
Question I have here is how KRU choose to play taking the same main space. If they're just going to contact or use some of the utility that they haven't made a single bit of noise.
It's been the same thing over and over. Use the orb, flash through, use the cascade to cover out tree. Second just got so much info. They stopped the cascade early. That was a little odd.
Oh yeah, it's very odd. The first time we saw it run off the map, the second time it stopped, this time it's in the middle of tree.
Whoa.
Kesnet going up top, dropping 10s. Blade's still online. Now they're going to have to get through the lockdown. They're going to have to give all the space back unless Ashedi goes absolutely bonkers, which he is in a position to do so, but he's going to be by himself. And he can't hold any of it. Sentinels fill the space. Deep flash shot from Sassy as the spike continues to tick away. Melser's only able to get 1, but Klaus helps too. Just 2 left for Sentinels. Numbers cruise away, including the key one in Kesnet, who still has blades.
One enemy remaining. Last
It's a 1v1 now.
standing.
Marv, how cold can he be? The tap! It's a right click out from Kesnet, not landing. He's gonna have a sheriff now, and that's gonna force the hand.
End of the round already again.
That's a great start.
It's just lovely.
Yeah, given that we've seen 10s hit that same stun,
Yeah.
this time getting a kill out of it's great.
I think for Ashedi there, you're also thinking that Tens is using his speed to get past, so he's just spraying, trying to catch a little bit of chip damage on the way through. So Tens actually stops short and gets the shot onto him without seeing him, obviously. But it's just such a nice little pre-fire based off of how Ashedi has been playing. And he's been getting picked a lot.
They're split here, and Second has gotten so far up off the back of the Trailblazer. Look at this cheeky angle. He's not going to be detected by the alarm bot. Depending on which way they go, if Davies rotates or if the spike is the one that rotates, Zekin might be able to end the round himself. Oh, they've trapped him.
No.
They've trapped him.
He's trapped them. He's trapped them.
And he stays. He stays tucked. He doesn't go back B. That's going to leave him in a really nice position for a late flank.
30 seconds left.
The thing is that Alarmbot's not going to do anything either, obviously, because Davies is dead, so the rest of KRU are going to funnel out onto the side off the back of the Reckoning. But Sentinels want to flood. Look, they're already on site. They're dropping in from the heavens, and they're both dropping down into the next round.
Spike down A.
Second's going to be on this late flank, and Sassy attempts to delay for just a moment, but Kesnet's got him red.
That timing is so unlucky.
Second's going to have to make a big play. 2 to deal with. Oh, and it's just 1 dealt with. Here, Sentinels have 3 towards A.
They're going to fight for this.
Stun's a little different. They dropped the paranoia and the flash out from Sassy.
I do like how Tens is not using his fast lane here, but the fast lane usage in general hasn't been there.
He's taking the Trailblazer space. Remember, this is similar to the pistol round. He uses the ult, tries to tag 1. It's just damage dealt.
That didn't work last time. But it must have worked in scrims or something. Because that... Yeah, I don't know.
Couldn't tell if that flash. It should have tagged some, but Trailblazer cleared out and Zekin has to give the space up. Teleports to safety. There's not a whole lot of time left in this round here.
Wave crashing.
You still have decent delay duels too.
Walls up.
Marvin and Sassy are once again ahead of the play. They're going to be rotating over to A before KRU are even out. And it's going to leave Makata in this brutal situation where if they try to get him through panel, he's going to have to do it on his own.
30 seconds left.
Seeker's invested. Sassy trying to dance around it. Lockdown used. Makata's waiting in the judge. on the other side, and you can see Marv is ready for it too.
What is happening?
15 seconds left. They managed to get the spike down.
Seekers and these guys have a Judge and a Stinger.
That was such
Can they actually get Vandals here?
such a labored fight. I don't know that they're in a,
Both
yeah,
picked
they
up.
both have gotten Vandals. They used the Seekers to pave the way. Now a 2v2, Klaus 53 HP. You've got Davies, who's all the way up in heaven, making sure there's just nobody pushing him from spawn, but that may be too much for Klaus to handle. Deals with the first. Fake flash to buy time. Sasi's gonna have to do it on his own.
Remaining.
That's 3.
Card stacked against him. How does he deal? Nano in his lap.
Walk out.
Flash backside, a second one. Just biding time. 4 bullets left. Is that going to be enough? Davies,
Why did I sign
healthy.
up for this
The
shit?
tap. It's a swing, and it's a kill from Davies.
Defensive side is a much more collaborative effort. Here, it's a much more focused on the initial call and then the mid-round follow-up. And we heard a clip of him doing that earlier on in the split against Loud. And that was a game where he had so much impact on this lyric. So he's calling just a walk-up C behind their wall, controlling Mound. And Sasi has a Trailblazer still that they might want to execute once this cycle is down for Machete.
Sun back sight. Attempting to clear the Nano. Does go off, but doesn't deal any damage. They've been able to navigate around it, dance around the utility, the traps that have been left, and have done so flawlessly.
That hit was really nice. The paranoia and the pathing specifically from the Sentinels player is really good.
3-player flank from KRU. The alarm bot did spot them, but I mean, how do they understand that it's 3 on the other side?
This.
So flash that stun is so good.
How?
What a great response up from Kesnet.
And they're scrambling here on the back of sight.
Davies is a little bit slow to get here. He's gonna have to be pacey, and Pekata's there. He's ready. He's waiting, but he wasn't ready enough.
Time is a factor.
Enemy remaining.
2v2. It's all on a
Enemy
Melser.
remaining.
But you're right.
What?
Maybe the big difference maker here is Zekin tucking. Zekin getting the kill. And always nice to see him get some love too. Pistol round out for KRU, choosing not to force just a shorty in the hands of Melser. Which, I mean, we have seen some outrageous shorty antics this split.
Blinded.
Really across the globe. You can see it, he's just waiting just on the other side of the door with Klaus close by.
Trailblazer through as well. Mark handling the backside of the hit right there. And 10's going way forward. They've got full control of B. Can they get through the revolving door? Yes. And that high tide, actually, they're in front of it anyways. So really, actually poorly placed there from Melzer. Especially because
Spike
Pekata
planted.
has B main control too. That could have been nice if they had somebody up in B main, but they didn't.
Kesnet dead, Davies real close by to joining him. It's just Melzer and Ashedi that are left. And Zekin here's one of them trampling around.
I thought Zekin was a player for KRU actually in his position there. He's hunting him now. Made it clear where he was by tapping the door. Oh! Hit him with the pop-in swing.
Water rising.
Wiggly wall!
Ah, we love a good wiggly wall.
Wiggly wall is so
Player
good!
standing.
That wasn't very wiggly though.
It was a little wiggly. It needed a little bit more wiggly.
Really not having a lot to... Oh my god.
What do you do with that?
I mean... He pulled out his knife. Things are falling apart. Both sides of the map they're getting kills on. Tens is in.
I'm out of here.
Tens is out of there. Then he's back in. The paranoia to clear the way.
Here.
You see the setup. Klaus is waiting on the other side with the flash to try to swing around it. He does.
Okay. Davies with the spam.
And that's one kill.
Trailblazer allows them in. The Cascade 2 is really good.
Melser has gotten so far up.
Second Cascade to block it even further.
Wait, but he's going to be past it.
I've got your trail.
And now they're dead. They've invested the Seeker super early. And well, I mean, I guess if you've got it, why not?
Instantly pivoting. I mean, they're getting in these sites. They're probably hitting the site faster than they have all season long right now in these first 3 rounds.
Go, go, go.
It is confident. It is decisive.
Look how fast he's up here to Trailblazer. And again, I was also alluding to the fact that it's because the comp doesn't have anything to challenge. And again, Marv gets the kill, but gets traded.
Flooding them.
Pankata's alone fighting against what looks like 3 players there from KRU. But they cascaded themselves off to get that weapon.
Recalling my bot.
but doesn't allow them to follow up on the kill on Pancada.
They got half of what they wanted. They actually just handed the Vandal over to Davies, too. From Klaus's hands to what we imagine.
Davies has the armor here, that's why.
Water rising.
Safer, more secure hands, at least more armored up. You've got Kesnet who's waiting close by up in heaven, but I mean, what can you really do with just a Vandal? And that's, I mean, there it is. You're finding value. That was gross. It wasn't gross enough to convert to much more. Melser now the only one who remains, and time is short.
Can he get out? Which way are you gonna go?
Don't go that way.
I think it's because the door's closed. Money for this eye. Somebody dropped it over to him. And he's in position right now where he has to try to find a kill. And this is good, but he misses. He had the position, but now he actually gives up the space for Sassy to just run up and dog like he did before. Walls up a little earlier though, and also that high tide actually from B-Link. Oh, what is this?
Yeah, they're here very quickly, very aggressively. Zekin got stuck, but Sassy trained right back.
I mean, you see the difference in confidence for both sides there. Just committing to a spray, that's not something that you're gonna look for. He's really just looking for the one kill instead of going for more. And that's all he gets. And in fact, loses 2 players because of that decision.
And you can almost see the kill, seeing where the X's are in the minimap. You can almost envision exactly how it went down. Lined up, spam through utility. It doesn't get much easier than that. A quiet pause in the action. Just a temporary one before Sentinels now start to re-explore. You've got Kesnet with the op. You were just saying, 2 traded
30
back.
seconds left.
A collat, the spike picked back up, and he saw it go up, but what I don't know if they saw was Marv slipping through right into Kesnet's crosshair.
That right there was everybody playing like Marv. And you could see the call. Let's dry walk. And the thing is, inexperience
10
maybe
seconds left.
in situations like that. Calling in that instance against an op.
Easy now, that's a shorty on the other side.
He's just dropping down to try to get an orb here. Instead of going dry, I'm happy to have an execute go out. I'm happy to see a fast lane out of 10s. And even for him to dash forward, we got this. Melser ults coming out of, oh my goodness. It's so obvious at this point where you're ulting as Omen when the C hit is coming.
Well, I think it was that, and then also swinging very quickly off of the paranoia. Doesn't leave much room for mystery. Somehow, through all of that, Sentinels are going to manage to get the spike down.
Spike planted.
Somehow Kesset's found a position to actually use the op here on the flank, but oh! He has knives too!
Barb is close by, Saucy is too. It's 1 for 1 for now. There are the knives, and the knives connect.
He's alive. They're still fighting.
Yep. Gap reduced to 2 for KRU. A little bit of early spam out from Ashedi.
I mean, he's been caught so many times with that.
Yeah, that's bold.
I'm happy to see him go for it still. It's part of your game style. You can't compromise.
At least he's going to attempt not to. He's got a lot of Killjoy utility to help him out here. Alarm bot to cover the flank. And they explode right out onto the flank.
He's vulnerable. He's dead.
The nanos, everything, man. He just gets melted instantly. What a hold from Davies.
Spike down, C.
This might be even much sooner than we expected here after that start from Sentinels.
I mean, remember, that was a 4-round lead. We were 10-6 at one point.
I mean, this high tide too. They don't know what's on the other side. Now they know that at least somebody's committed to it. Especially with Kesnet flanking last round, they really don't have the space to go back.
30 seconds left.
Shadows traveling.
Once again, they cut noise and they pause for a moment.
Last player standing.
And it's just another death. Davies has the ace. Potentially on the other side of this. He's going to get a shot at it, but Klaus takes it
Sentinels
away.
was on top of the world.
Yeah.
And after that, they fell hard.
Never really the same after, yeah.
They didn't make a global event the year after.
from Sentinels killers to 0-7, but with an opportunity to do it again. It's a quiet opening to this round. As Sentinels on the other side of this timeout, just patient.
There.
Start to see some of the pings, and if they try to commit to the C again, remember in the previous round it didn't work because of the nanos, because of the mollies, because of all the utility. None of that is here this time. Flash is the first Q, now you have the wall. Paranoia, everything. This is
Much
a
more
clean
like
exec.
the pistol hit that we saw.
Yeah.
And also you could tell no dashing in there because they're so worried about what happened to Tense last time. He got melted. I mean, 3 mollies on top of him.
It's just going to be a 5v5 retake. Kesnick still has the op.
To my world.
Hit down from Marved.
Ashetti's close to his, but he's still one away. If maybe he gets a spam kill, he can drop his too.
Wow.
They're investing everything into this one. That's now the pit and the lockdown.
And Zekin's got a shorty way up front.
That's Ashetti getting one. That's a pit
Pull the
now
flank.
online. Davies has a chance to rip it open, but Tens actually rips his head open in response.
Cove. The molly actually missed, but the spam is good.
It's just too much.
That pit is down now, but he's going to try to get out. Yeah, with the op.
Yeah.
Kessen's already running back waterfall.
Time was way too short.
That was a major misconsideration by KRU to swap the setup. It's much harder to cycle those two into a round win as the defense because you have to use them reactively.
Well, Ashetti reacting to the start of the round uses his. And it's back to the same Killjoy utility. Look at it. You've got the alarm bot. You have 2 nanos in case they try to scale past it.
I think you also see them adapting and putting one not only on the spike plant, but the waterfall push, which has been used frequently by Sentinels, both on pistol and in that last round. Meanwhile, this A control has not... Oh, that
Didn't see him.
Trailblazer missed entirely.
That flash will confirm.
Looks like Davies is already postured to go for his lockdown. We saw it be such a big impact last time when Kesnick got the kill on the flank.
I mean, this is one way to try to disrespect the Harbor utility. But when you have Klaus close by spamming through that wall that's intended to provide cover, it's a difficult situation to navigate. There's that lockdown that you were just mentioning too.
30 seconds.
30
And they're gonna walk right into Klaus. Over and over, he gets 3.
remaining.
And that's a round for KRU.
Were they actually fighting with 10s with that fast lane instead?
It's a save that you mentioned. There's a Guardian for Zekin, a Stinger for Sassy.
Ever since Kesnick's got this up, Sentinels have only won 1 round.
And boy, has Kesnet had value.
And it's been 4 for KRU, so yeah, absolutely has. He's gonna, oh, I mean, this is, yeah, back up now that the neon fingers are out.
Yep. Oh, Pew Pew's going into the smoke, not connecting on anything.
He's really trying to find something right now because that ultimate does expire.
Yeah.
Found one.
You
Running
see why
low.
they're trying to be pacey around it. Clear the turret. They
It's gonna
invested
expire right now.
too.
It's gone.
It's
He's
gone.
got no weapon.
He's got nothing left. You're absolutely right.
Reckoning's clearing sight right now. They're looking for spam with no weapons. This is such a hard decision.
I mean, it's got to be off of Zekin, right? It's got to be off of Zekin with the Guardian. The only thing that really has pen.
They can barely break the cove here. They've got to break it.
Either way, Davies
Molly's
still
are on
has
it, though.
I mean, he's tapped on it twice, but that's all it is. KRU take the fight to Sentinels, and Zekin responds. It's just Pagata now who tries to get the 1v3, but the defuse comes through. We're not a disastrous season for them, but the opportunity to play spoiler once more.
By the way, Sentinels winning maps is so important when they end up in a tiebreak situation. And even when they win 2 maps, or 2 series, if they do that, which is such a hard task, they have to get through tiebreaks.
I mean, you're looking to get through the rest of the season unscathed and then just hope
Scout
things
destroyed.
fall your way. (11-11) late. in this opening map, this best of three. Zekin not getting hit by the flash. That was not far enough. In fact, it flashed his teammates.
Blinding.
Davies never saw what hit him.
That was really missed time on that wall dropping. And looking for the flash through the wall as it falls. And the flash was so shallow they didn't even catch anybody. So Zekin easily punishes, and I think they call it cancel way late. So now Sentinels with the advantage. I mean, obviously KRU,
30 seconds left.
in a lot of these situations, they'll look like they're the worst because of the minimal map wins that they have, but they're not good in 4v5s.
They're not, I mean, they're not going to 5v4s either. I don't know that they're going to fare much better in 3v5s, but I suppose they're going to have to take a shot at it. Testing it still with the op. So much value's been had, and man, I mean, even if things go sideways, he gets his.
Coming through.
The wall, oh, but he pushes aggressive. Ashad, he's a lunatic. And 10 still gets the kill. This is the call to save, I imagine.
Gotta be. Nobody pushing upstairs here. Tens is just exploring, seeing if he's still staying. They're looking for, oh my goodness.
Is he gonna go one more? And it's another one that they find themselves in. Sentinels have taken some of this early space towards A. For now, it's Kesnet dashing around, jumping through, trying to stay alive and avoid the spam. Kesnet, I mean, he's by himself. He backs on up. Perhaps looking to draw out some utility, maybe a flash or something along those lines. Seconds left here again. He's flashed. He's dead.
My goodness. They're pivoting all towards B. Remember that round where they walked in and got shut out? This time the tools aren't there, but Tens gets spammed so hard. Oh! What? He's full stunned.
It's a 5v3 now. It's turned into a 5v2. KRU looking to send us to overtime. Perhaps doing so in flawless fashion. The spectator ruins that, spoils that, but they still get theirs. Just saying, this could be good. It's been good so far, and we're far from done.
Big point of contention when you look at OT rounds. They're all gun rounds. So we look at the stats, and KRU was 10-6 in those gun rounds. So that's the team I favor going into this, despite how Sentinels have been in the lead the entire time.
If you stretch that out across the entire season, both KRU and Sentinels have the worst full buy win round percentages of the entire league. With the stats in mind, it's tough to say how it's going to go.
Here.
You see panel's already been broken.
Tens just got some information there. Saw two players. Sasi will confirm with the flash too. But it does give up both of their positions. Zekin's the one who's unknown right now. He goes for the one-way on top of the revolving door. KRU has frequently been pivoting towards the B side, and you already see Pancata pivoting over there, Tens as well.
Blocking fire.
Got the
And they're not looking for it this time. They're going to flash through.
30 seconds left.
Dash through.
Sassy's here. He goes unchecked. That's the first one falling. The second one, and the spike follows suit. Now Seeker's invested, dancing around the stun.
Zekin got two out of nowhere too.
Davies left in an impossible situation. 5 targets, 5 bullets. But the spike nowhere near. Very nice, very lovely. Back into the action we go. Sentinels, map point in this opening best of 3. Now they're the ones who get to dictate the pace. They're going back into what potentially could be Davies' kill setup again. Remember how oppressive this was. But this time, as soon as the wall goes up, you see some of the utility used. I don't think Sentinels ever really intended to go that way. They clear the alarm bot, and they get a molly out.
Running back to the old faithful C hit here. The dog, the flash from Zekin. And Tens goes the other way. This is nice.
And he's the only one up. Tens is doing this on his own. Now they follow suit. But the site has been cracked wide open. Very well could be the finishing touches on this opening map. Klaus, Melser, and Kesnet with much to do just to extend it. Sen's getting tagged a little early. But Spike ticking away. Time is of the essence, and the Shorty's not going to do much from that distance. The Vandal's not either, but Classes does. It's a 1v3. Swings around the corner and stares his way into the second map. Sentinels take map 1.
A close affair. Been able to convert on so many of the tactical rounds, the 2 pistols. And then out of timeouts, everything like that. I was really expecting this map to be a lot more scrappy, this match, this series to be really, really chaotic. Given that there's a new IGL on this side, given that you really